for giving me the space.
All right.
I'm going to need my own clinical mental health counseling after
Okay,
two toddlers.
So we're going to start over. All right, so I'm here with Kellie. I'll cut that other part out. I'm here with Kellie, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she was doing and what her goals are now. So what's going on?
All right, so after having a career in dental hygiene for the last 13 years, I've decided to go back to school and pursue a clinical mental health counseling degree. So I'm working on my master's towards that, so we can...
Masters.
And these are Karsyn and Vivianne, my two toddler daughters.
Thank you. This is Karsyn.
They might be making some cameos in this interview,
yes,
as we're trying to do it around them.
Well, and that's why it's Family, Friends, and Fridays. It's
true.
Casual. We can do it in our pajamas.
Right.
So,
which I'm pretty much in.
So what does this mean, though? What does the mental health, what does this all mean?
Right. So to become a therapist, so my ultimate goal is to work in family and marriage counseling with a Christian perspective. So I'm currently enrolled in Liberty University. So even though, it'll be secular and Christian clients or anything
Christian
in between,
based?
actually. No, I guess I don't know. That's my goal, is to do that and incorporate it into my practice. But, I'll be open to seeing anybody.
Yeah.
So that'll just be one aspect of it.
Are you going to focus? So I know you said family. Mm-hmm. What about children? Would you do children too?
Mm-hmm. So marriage and family counseling, whether that be just the two adults or whether it be the whole family. So for right now, I haven't decided exactly, but that might be the area I focus.
I wish I had this energy.
Right, yeah.
I wake up tired.
Yeah, I know. And this is after.
Oh my gosh!
And this is after a full day of gymnastics and playing outside and.
I don't know how you guys do it. So we have my niece staying with us, and we've had. She's actually been fantastic. She's fantastic. I thought that we were going to be getting someone who was having issues, stability issues, maybe a little bit more exaggerated teenage issues. We weren't really sure what we were getting, and we got an angel.
17.
She's awesome.
I would like to note that kids, particularly, even though she's a young adult, always act different for their mothers, they say too.
Well, we're her legal guardians, so I don't know if I'm getting the real thing yet or not. I don't know. But yeah, she's been fantastic. She's a great student. And I don't know if I ever told you, but I actually went to school I never finished my degree, but I actually went to school to be a therapist. I had my psychology, I had my business associates, and then going on for my psychology degree. And my focus was going to be, look at my hands, was going to be children of abuse, whether it was mental, physical, sexual, whatever. So that was one of the things I wanted to focus on, because I feel like when we go through things, it gives us... Don't eat that.
Yeah, we never eat those nuts, so yeah.
I know.
Bury them and make
You're so smart.
Yeah, just to further elaborate on that, I believe you're right. A lot of trauma starts in childhood with that.
Thank you.
How we're perceive life and how we grow, and when we can't really reconcile.
And then how we can help other people. And so, what made you want to go into this focus? Change this from a dental hygienist to this?
I know. I think at some point you just have to do what feeds your soul, fills your cup, and not just your pocketbook.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't had a wonderful career in hygiene, and I enjoy taking care of people in that sense. It's still for their health, and I made a lot of great friends in the meantime with patients. But ultimately, I just want to. I feel like my calling is to help people, and also I could be more in service in a free way. It's hard to do free dentistry on your own because I don't have a practice in a chair outside of work. So also to incorporate that into aspects where in youth, especially in group homes and stuff, I think would benefit from having.
So I have a friend who actually is a therapist. She works out of her home,
And that's the other thing. Ultimately, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Zoom all day.
That's what she does. She does it all day. They're staying on this side.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Once you're a mom, I think you're constantly watching all the kids, no matter what they're doing, no matter whose child it is.
Thank you. I know it takes a village, like Andrea said. Having a good neighbor is so important and helpful. A friend and a neighbor. She helps me with my dogs all the time.
And the girls come running at me like I'm like a princess. They run like Andrea.
Queen Andrea. We say
it's awesome. It's awesome. So, what does your significant other think about your change?
Well, luckily he's very supportive and he's happy for this. He knows ultimately that this is what I want to do. So we've been able to accommodate with the loss of my job, and me kind of just pursuing school at this time to get done in a quicker fashion as well, to dedicate that time that I used to work just to school.
Think so.
Okay.
I don't want to eat that.
Is she going here to Shadow Creek School right here?
She goes to the local high school, and she's a junior, and she's looking at colleges, possibly going to go for a athletic scholarship. So she's very athletic. She's very smart. She's been taking AP classes her entire high school career. So, I mean, that's huge.
That is important. That's good.
It's smart.
Yes.
I mean, she's learning things. Who is that? Oh, that's the twins.
Yeah, I think.
So those are the young girls that I take to school 1 week out of the month. I take them to and from school.
Yeah, all the way downtown.
Yes.
At
the immersion.
Immersion. We were looking at an immersion school for them, which is right around the corner, actually, at the Spanish schoolhouse. Considering starting them in there.
She just took our tree.
Yeah,
she just took our tree.
Whatever keeps them entertained.
Yes. So I've been doing segments with Sarah, my cousin, and we've been talking about a lot of issues that she's been having. So I think I'm 14 years older than her.
Okay.
So I think she's like 44, 45. I can never remember how old this poor girl is. But she went through a time for about 6 years where she could not figure out, why don't we turn this around?
Okay.
So, she went through, I want to say 6 years of not feeling well. Feeling a lot of brain fog, a lot of confusion, maybe sleep deprivation, too much sleep, not enough sleep. And she'd go to her doctor and, she was just kind of being blown off. And I want to see what your thoughts are on this. Because she had gone to, it might have been a different doctor this time, and they did some blood work on her. And they said, oh yeah, you're in postmenopause. What do you mean post? What happened to peri? What happened to pre? Wait, what? How am I in postmenopause? Evidently, for the last 6 years that she's been complaining about how she's been feeling, she's been in perimenopause this whole time and had no idea. I mean, I know, and see, I'm in my 50s, she's in her 40s. How old are you? 30? They're in your early 30s?
30, no, 39.
You're 39?
Yeah, so we're 40 this year.
Oh my gosh, you're so young. I thought you were a lot younger.
I don't want to think about that. I'm not real familiar with the subject, but I'd like to know further what you have.
It's just very interesting because when I went through perimenopause, I actually heard of perimenopause from my doctor. They said, oh yeah, you're going through, those are symptoms of perimenopause. And I'm finding, and as well as she's finding, that it's almost like some doctors, I don't want to generalize, some doctors don't listen to you, and you really have to be your own advocate. You really have to find the doctor who's going to listen to you and take you seriously and try different tests, try to put trying to find out, pinpoint, why is she not sleeping? Why does she have brain fog? Why is she sleeping too much? The different things that go on when you're in perimenopause.
That you have to be your own advocate, and that's sort of sad, but in a way.
Can you get Karsyn?
Okay. Karsyn, could come closer.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Good job.
That I think holistic and functional medicine, that's another thing I'm really interested in too, plays a big role in, but those doctors, it's so much more expensive and unattainable.
They really are.
For people to get that kind of testing and not all testing, and doctors seem to be so rushed nowadays. They don't really take into the full aspect. I guess that's why they call it practicing medicine, they say, right? Because they don't have things figured out. They're just trying to put things together, and how much of it we just choose to internalize and suffer because the doctor says when they are not the end all be all, but we tend to put them on these pedestals.
And you're right, and that's what Rob and I do. We always say practicing medicine because they are not God. Everybody is different. Everybody has different symptoms, different scenarios. Each doctor has something different going on. And when you only see your doctor maybe once a year or twice a year, and it's only for 15 minutes, it's kind of hard to get to know each other and to, oh wow, this is Kellie, and I know Kellie normally doesn't complain about loss of sleep, and here she is talking about sleep deprivation. I need to look into this. You don't get that with doctors anymore. You really don't.
Nope. And I think just some of the worst thing is you ever hear people say, especially women too, we don't want to burden people. We're sorry. I mean, I'm apologizing for we feel this way, but it's probably just in our heads, or it's probably just I'm this, or we make excuses for other people oftentimes, I think too, and not wanting to burden people. I think a lot of times I've noticed, I'm not generalizing women, but
we're trying. If it sounds like we're generalizing, we're really not generalizing.
Right. It just seems to
sometimes it's hard to find the word, but but talking about how a lot of women will say, I don't want to burden them, I don't want to bother anybody, I don't want to waste anyone's time. I'm curious, where does that come from? Because I don't know about men or boys as they're growing up, but I know with girls and women, be ladylike, don't talk back, don't do this, and don't question. You've heard what they said, they're smarter than you, whatever the scenario is. Do you find that in your generation, that that's still going on?
I say yes in mine, not so much in my girls probably, or the one after. I get confused about all the generations with their names. I have the understanding of it, but not the names. I forget. I'm an elder millennial, I like to say. So it's different between some of the younger millennials. I'm up here on the millennial spectrum, but I certainly do think that we're told and I notice women saying sorry a lot, and then I think, are you sorry for existing? Because all you're doing is doing something that a man would do, but not apologize for it. Men don't sit around apologizing, and I think the way I parent now too plays into more of the sensitivity of my kids, that they are autonomous people and that they have emotions, and that those need to be validated, whether I think they're ridiculous or warranted. That doesn't matter. It's their feeling, and letting them know that they have a voice. Where when I was a kid, I had nice parents that I felt that were overall very loving and caring, but very much like, you do this because I say. It not. How do you feel about it? So it's always that fine line as a parent, trying to figure out how do I still be this firm foundation and model for my kids, but also let them be there.
It's hard.
Develop the true self that's in them. And also my kids don't stay with me 24/7. They are, with our work schedules, and now being in school too. It's a community that takes care of your kids.
Yeah. Are they still in the school that they were in? Okay.
Yes, they're at our church school close to home here.
Good.
And they seem to enjoy it. We luckily can navigate parenting and pivot when we have to. We're not everybody's in that situation. Some people are strapped to limited means, and
you are very fortunate. I think we are all pretty fortunate in this area that we've got each other. We've got
the village.
Good careers so far.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're pretty lucky, but there are so many people who are actually alone and they don't have the support, family or neighbors. So and I love having the kids because I don't have to have the kids. I can just send them home and I'm done with them.
Yes.
Here, let me give you some more chocolate. Here, go see your mom and dad.
And we deal with that too. We actually don't have family here to help us. I grew up with tons of family around, always there, always with our grandparents, always helping out. But for my husband and I, that we are limited to we have to rely on neighbors and the community to some extent to help us with our parenting. So, but navigating or raising two girls rather in this climate can be
it's hard.
Right.
It's hard.
I don't think there's ever one right way or wrong way. You can read a book and it can have the best intentions, but if you don't find the balance between what works with your child and your individual family, not one thing can ever be, just like a dog, not one thing can always be the answer. You have to take into account.
And each child is different. I mean, Vivianne and Karsyn, they're completely different. Their personalities, it's amazing. So you can't even parent your own children. And each child is different. I mean, Vivianne and Karsyn, they're completely different. Their personalities, it's amazing. So you can't even parent your own children in the same environment, everything's the same, but they're different. So you have to parent them differently.
They respond differently to certain sensitivities, and emotionally I can get further in certain areas of whether one's more physical or one's more just talking, verbal. Yeah, you do
Which one talks more? I think Vivianne talks more.
Oh, I would say they just both never stop talking.
Like in terms of giving instruction and what I want and being able to communicate. Is she more the communicator or no?
I guess in a sense, maybe just because she's a little bit older. But it's different because with two, and they're only 20 months apart, I think that Karsyn has picked up a lot of things that having the older sister that Vivianne didn't do when she was Carson's age, because Karsyn mimics and parrots Vivianne all the time.
Almost more advanced because she's trying to emulate her big sister.
Yes. Vivianne comes home with ways and things she picks up, and I blame it all on school always, just so you know, we don't do anything wrong.
Never, Mom and Dad.
No. Something I did that she caused this. If I'm looking over here, I know camera, sorry. My daughters are off on this side just playing.
That's okay. I haven't even looked at the camera. I'm like staring off. I'm just watching. But they're being really good. They're really being good.
We're big into little screen time and lots of outdoor activities and play as much as possible, because this is what really gets them active and engaged and enjoying themselves.
Here she comes. She's so cute.
I look at how they run.
Look at that.
I know.
You're so cute. Run, run, run.
2.5 and 4. Yes, my little girls are.
That's a lot. 2.5. You're 2.5 and 4.
Oh, I'm gonna be. Oh, well, we thought you wanted to come.
I thought you wanted to sit down. No.
Just want to.
All right. Ciao. Are you petting my foot?
I don't want to sit. I just want to come pet you.
Pet your foot. No, they are full of energy, and the fact that they had gymnastics today, and they're still running around.
I know. I'm actually surprised. We've been sleeping in a little bit later. This is very uncommon. I used to work 7:30 to 3:30, so we were out of the house by 6 o'clock, 6:30 at the latest, rather, most mornings, to get them off to school, so I could get over to 30-mile drive in the city, like most of us commute.
I'm glad you don't have to do that
anymore. I am very glad.
That's a lot.
We knew this is a big thing. Monetarily, there was nothing we could provide our children that they want more right now at this age than us being there more with them. Nothing. And we had to take that into account when it came to lifestyle and what's truly important. Because we just get into this work grind. We have bills to pay and college debt to pay off. That's why we got jobs, because we've had student loan debt, both of us, and years and years and years of paying that. And now we're going to do it again, because
now you're in school again.
I just paid off the first round in the end of 23. So now we're back to picking up some more, but that's okay. At the end of the day, when you're doing something you love, they say that, and that's not really how I felt with hygiene, even though for a long time I did have that perspective of feeling like it was rewarding.
No, honey.
Yeah.
You're silly.
Yeah.
You're silly.
We don't want to knock it over. I know you guys are playing.
You're so silly. Oh my gosh, you're not going to knock me over, because I'm going to knock you over. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So you want to tell the camera what your favorite thing about school is? So tell the camera, talk to the camera, say, my favorite thing at school is what?
Dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Vivianne.
You don't eat dinner at school too often.
I killed a lot of bears.
Oh, thank goodness.
Wait.
So
Papa!
Karsyn just answered a question for the camera. Do you want to answer a question for the camera?
What is?
So I asked Karsyn, what's her favorite thing about school? What's your favorite thing about school? And you got to tell them.
Drawing.
Drawing?
She does a lot of nice pictures at
Are
school.
you going to be an artist? Oh my goodness, that's exciting.
She's definitely the singer.
Are you a singer?
She likes to sing a lot. She likes to draw. She's very active. She rides her bike all over the house.
I'm gonna have to get a microphone to put.
Like,